Good morning, people. It looks like we just lost Auntie Sylvia as she started her, like when she was just about to start her transmission, we lost her. So apologies for that. We hope to get her back on in just a moment. Be on standby. Let me just put a notice for you guys. But just be on standby. We start very soon.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Apologies about that. Power is fluctuating and I'm just getting in and out, but here I am. Here I am. I am just getting in, and really, it has been a marathon, to just get myself inside. But here we are, and it is a Tuesday, the Mindset Change Program. Yesterday, we had that amazing story just about how we could be able to get in the ZRA issues. Also those are issues for mindset change. Issues for mindset change. We really have to shift. So everything that is happening around us, it is equal to us shifting our mindset. So and the way things do happen, they just happen, without us really planning for them, or whether we plan for them, change will happen. And this is why we have to really tell our success stories. So every day, for those ones that are joining us today, it's a Tuesday, but we come here every day, Monday to Friday. And I just want you, before we start, I just want to tag someone, share with someone that this thing is happening, and so we can just run, the day together. On Wednesday, it's a market day. On Thursday, we have Dr. Nelly, and on Friday, we put healthy tips. But yesterday, I was like, wow, this topic about ZRA, maybe Rev Water should be given some space to just talk to us, because we're on this platform where we can learn so much just from without, getting into those places, because maybe so many changes are happening. Maybe the owners of the program are overwhelmed, and maybe they don't reach out to so many at one time. So this is the platform where we reach, we come. It's a free mentorship academy where we just expect you to join us and just share, what we know and what we do, and just how we make sure that this is what it is. So tag someone. You never know what you can learn. You never know how you could get motivated. You never know how you can actually tap into our knowledge and just make sure that what we have can be shared, because they say knowledge which is not shared is really not knowledge at all. So if you're sitting out there and you've got knowledge, join us so that we can be able to publicize it and someone could be able to use it. So today's topic is celebrating my transformation. It's been a transformation for years, and I've themed it Be Inspired, Celebrate Your Success, because it takes time to win. It does take time to win. Good morning, Siwongele. Good morning, everyone who is there. Just tag someone able to share this information. This is what one time we were talking about, correspondence. Correspondence is really something that is hard. We underestimate the knowledge of someone standing in front of us telling us that you can Google here, you can go there, and you can go to those places without you really being an expert. So the person that is standing in front of you, they have done something that probably you may not have done. So the topic that I've prepared for you are themed Be Inspired, Celebrate Your Success, because it takes time to win. And from perseverance to triumph, and I'm sharing with you my DBA journey, my Doctor of Business Administration journey. So before I really start, let's just get sharing. Tag someone. You never know how individuals get motivated and inspired. Every day is a new day, full of inspirational stories and personal successes. So we must take time to actually share, those success stories. And today I'm really overjoyed to share my inspiring story of achieving a conferment of the Doctor of Business Administration degree. It's been a long, long journey, winding road filled with challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But I persisted, driven by my passion for knowledge and growth. I am one person who really is driven by learning, continuous improvement from where I am to where I want to be. I haven't even started my journey. I was going to sneeze and it went off. My journey has been that of, really perseverance. And this is why today I want just to share the story of my passion for knowledge and growth. Today, I celebrate not only the accomplishments of the journey itself, but I celebrate every late night, every early morning, every sacrifice made was really just worth it. The other day, my baby sister, put on an emoji of a baby dozing with spectacles and the laptop on the hand with the message, if you were to be born now, that would be how you would be gliding down. And it was so funny, but it was so true, because over the years that I've been studying my doctorate, this is like 6 years. Whenever she comes through and we want to do something, she would find me on my laptop, she would find me reading, she would find me, searching. And, so that emoji really made it was so funny, because she was just saying, I hope now it's over. It's over, yes, for the study, but it's not over yet for me making sure that I am getting, knowledge, and I'm sharing it, and I'm here every Tuesday just to make sure that I am in that space where you want me to be. So that emoji was a part of hard work I had exhibited. And it was so good that people really understand where I'm coming from, and they understand how I'm doing things. And I was just saying, instead of even, like what we have learned, normally you would say, why are you saying that? Why are you telling me that I am always with my laptop, and I'm always with my phone researching? I was going to attach a different meaning, but then I said, oh, at least you actually appreciated. Now you appreciate the time that I was spending on these gadgets. It's all about how we can be able to handle our stress, handle our time, and also be relevant to the family. So this thesis or this study is actually dedicated, first of all, to my daddy, who wanted girl children to really, really go to school. He did not believe in grade 12 from 5. He said, no, from 5 is not good enough. So you should be able to nourish yourself and do for further study. So the first person that I dedicate this study is my dad of 9 girls, and one of them has made it to become a doctor of business administration. Whatever you are, Dad, this is for you. I did it for you, and I really feel so grateful that I made it, and I made you proud, even if you are not here. So, and I also dedicate it to my family, my husband, who is always so supportive, the children, my grandchildren, who actually, instead of me taking the stipulated time, because I had to nurse 6 more grandchildren during my study of this thesis. So, and the study that I really did is from my heart. My topic was the impact of foreign exchange fluctuations on SME growth in Zambia. And it's a case study of those businesses that are operating in malls. It's something that is from my heart, and I give it out there to people who would be wanting to actually know what an SME goes through when their one of their components, especially rentals, is in US dollars, and you are managing your revenue in kwacha. Just how things just don't add up. And one time there was actually a story of a colleague of mine, who actually is part of the research, who when she called in an accountant to review because she owed money, and they called in this accountant to actually have please don't come in here. They called in an accountant to come in and make sure that everything that was being done is done according to the way that was being managed. So she said, girl, even if you sold everything in the shop, you will not be able to manage to pay your rentals. You will not be managed to pay back the loan. You will not be able to manage to order your stock. So for these things that happen when we really are not so knowledgeable and we are busy with the businesses, sometimes when actually I reflect on this, I said, oh my goodness, I wish someone would know the impact of this foreign exchange fluctuation has on business growth on the SMEs. So these are some of the things that we really do not take, that we take for granted. And here is, here is the road to discovery. And I'm really hoping that someone out there would be able to take it up and say, let's make it, let's publicize it in Zambia, let the policymakers do it, and let us all come on top. So what has been the cherry on the cherry on the top? I received actually the prestigious Dean's Award for outstanding thesis. This thesis is outstanding for the whole class of the DBA graduating or being conferred in 2024. I did receive the outstanding thesis. So what am I saying? My DBA journey has taught me. What has my DBA journey taught me? And this is actually why this journey is so important. Number one, it taught me resilience. Yes, Rave Water, that's a very sobering thought. And yes, it is, because these are some of the things that, people out there, it's like you don't know how to do business. It's like you are very expensive. People don't know the costs. So, they just say, oh, SBM is expensive. Oh, people in the malls are making money. Meantime, even if you sold the whole shop, you will not even be able to, to manage anything. You will just be there and you just be, down, and, nobody's picking you up. This is the story of all of us. We are actually in the missing middle, where people think you have made it, you have got everything, and yet you are actually drowning and no one is seeing and no one is even empathizing with you. Everybody just thinks you are there, you are making money. People don't make money if there are these gaps. And this is the gap that we really need, to pay attention and make sure that we are making things happen. So overwhelming obstacles and staying focused. It has taught me, how to stay focused, how to not to really get overwhelmed with all the obstacles that are there. It has taught me to balance studies with wife and mother duties, including spending time in hospital. And those people who know the story of COVID, I had to nurse my husband for 30 days on oxygen, and that really also made it happen. This is what made this sitting here possible. If there was no COVID, I was just going to say, everything is fine, and everything, meantime, is not fine. Yes, Ray, for sure. I remember at one point you were paying 8,000 a month, right? Yes. In fact, we were paying $11,000 in Manda Hill for 1 month, and I remember the month that we actually said this was it. In fact, when I actually made up my mind that my thesis was going to be around that, and it was very challenging to actually research on this because it's a very delicate subject. But I said, if the story of SMEs trading in places where they're paying in US dollars, let me do this. And I really even didn't have to do my own collection of data, my own collection of data, because I was going to be biased. So I actually asked, and I owe this also to Zaki, because that time I was Zaki vice president in charge of trade and commerce. So I did ask the gentleman who was in charge of research, Shola Kampamba, I've actually mentioned him, very much in my thesis. He organized a team of students who actually did the collection of the data. All we did was to actually analyze the data and do the focus groups so that we could understand how this is was going. So really, it doesn't matter what you did, and part of why I would really like to engage with probably Bank of Zambia or the banks, because even all the things that I was doing, I was sitting in central bank, I was getting information from central bank, and I sat in there with permission, obviously, from the university, that I use this as data for a collection of data, and so it can actually be the real thing. And at that time, also at one point, I was the chairperson for the National Tenants Association in Zambia. So it is something, it's a topic that is so close to my heart, and I really want to use this to actually cushion the impact of foreign exchange fluctuations on the topic of what we're talking about. So it's a real thing, and no wonder I got the Dean's Award, because it's related. And then my supervisor said, well, I hope that your country will be able to utilize this, because he also didn't believe, how can you be paying so much for space and your earnings are so low? We were just working for ZRA, working for salaries, working for, and each time you wanted to order your goods, you had to borrow. And this is actually why we actually went really down, because at the time we were in 2011, when we had a new government come in, and they said dressing up in suits was a luxury. Stop buying suits. So policy and business sometimes collide. So that, for me, as a SBM, that's when we really saw our downfall, where it showed that we had already bought the suits for Labor Day, and you would actually one time manage maybe 15 ministries, and and there was enough for everyone, because there were so many, the banks, the what, so there was enough for everyone. And when you have already ordered the products, and then the customers do not come, I think that was the biggest start of downfall. And then the kwacha started to depreciate, and you borrowed maybe 400 suits, and you had to pay at a certain time the kwacha equivalent for you paying back maybe $50,000 just became impossible. To date, we are still struggling with the foreign aid, foreign goods that we did purchase. I remember, may her soul rest in peace, Mike Jane would be pleading. We still have the stock. We still have the stock that we got. If you want, you can come and see. And some people really traveled to the country to come and see how we were actually not being able to manage the status quo. And for one time, I actually had to take back some of the goods that we had, just to reduce the impact of the debt. So these are some of the things that I really saw. We don't get to know about them, but we don't get to understand. We just say, you don't know how to do business. You don't know how to do business, and it's so frustrating when actually you're doing your very best and you're not going to, you're not managing, the costs that are there. So and it's also a regulation that you who is trading in Zambia, it's forbidden for you to charge your goods and services in dollars. Meantime, you are paying. You have to change dollars to pay for your rental. So it's a very unfair state of affair. But because it's policy, and you can't do it. So this is what it is about my research, and I really would like to engage and see if we can be able to help someone who is starting the business. For us, we have gone through, and we're just sharing the experiences. This is why even the SBM Training and Consulting Institute is about sharing our experiences for entrepreneurship. That's our tagline. we are sharing the experiences so that we can be able to guide and we can be able to manage and help you out there so that you could be well, cushioned and be aware of the things that you need to do and what kind of business you would like to go in, so that together we'll be able to manage, those. And we're just managing those around the 6 areas of life: family and home, because everything gets so disturbed. Even your family and home, when everybody is broke, I'm telling you, it's bad news, because there's nowhere where you're going, there's no one is going to help you, and because you are still looking good, you're still driving a good car, people think you have this perception of people having, and you trying to manage things is actually so bad. So let's not go to perception. Let's get to the truth of the matter so that we can be able to be helped in the businesses that we're doing, supported, in fact, where you can imagine, even when we tried a little bit to go into this village banking. Right now I've got over 1 million kwacha in debt arising from village banking. So even village banking failed because the interest rates and the earnings in 1 month, you won't be able to actually bring back your revenue. So everything that we do, we front things that are not working and we insist on them. Meantime, these are some of the things that are really not working. What has it also taught me? Balancing studies with grandma duties. Yes, were coming adorable grandchildren. There were 6 of them during this period. I would come from nursing in Zambia to Australia and back to Zambia again, and it was just so amazing with my laptop. A grandma with a laptop everywhere you go, you've got a laptop, and it taught me discipline, balancing work life and studies. It taught me managing time effectively, efficiently, adapting to new demands on my time. And this, for me, this is why I am so passionate about mindset change, because it teaches you discipline. And if you do not have the discipline to do the things that you want, you have to register with us, because we're actually also developing champions who can be like us, So this is what it is that we really need to manage ourselves and be able to actually shift. Because if we don't shift, we're just going to be overwhelmed. And because somebody is putting on lipstick and carrying on, thinking, those are the people that have made it. You even are planning, bad things for them and feeling jealous and all those. Just don't go there. Just don't go there. Concentrate on the things that are working for you. Concentrate on the things that you can be able to uplift someone. Concentrate on the things that really will help you manage yourself effectively and efficiently, because that is what it is. If we are together thinking in that way, we're going to be able to help one another and manage ourselves. What has it taught me? It has taught me to network for success. This is by building valuable connections and friendships. These include quite a number of participants in today's session, collaborating with fellow scholars, graduate studies are not about competition. These, when you're doing a doctorate, it's not about competition. It's about collaboration. It's about cooperation. It's about examples. It's about listening to everyone. It's about just those big things that you think you cannot do by yourself. It's like, even when you're in charity business, sometimes you think that you could be able to help. Meantime, you are the project yourself. I always ask people, I want to help people. How are you going to help people if you yourself are a project? First of all, build yourself, connect with the networks that can build you, and thereafter, you would be able to actually manage, better the things that you're doing. It all is determination that you can be able to do. So the biggest single thing that is determinant is time. Time management is what is really something that is what it is that we have. So through this experience, I've gained deep understanding of business principles, specifically expert in the impact of foreign exchange fluctuations on SME growth. And this is more-based enterprises. Recognized authority in this subject. I am an authority. in this matter. I am such a huge authority. Use me, because I have, knowledge that I can be able to, to be there with you and for you. It also enhanced research and analytical skills. It has taught me, I've gained experience in being analytical, conducting rigorous research in a challenging environment where information is always held close to the chest. People don't want to give it. Even, when you go to shop owners, they don't want to give information because they think that information can be used, against them, or they don't want to say the truth. But this research, when people ask, when, the people that were conducting, collecting data asked, when they brought back the questionnaires, I was like, wow, thank you so much. Because this is a complex issue. It's it's an issue that really people just said, if it's going to solve our problem, and if it's academic, and if it's not found to be correct, then you don't use it. But with the conclusion and the recommendation, this is just what we need. So confidence does also have gained confidence to tackle complex challenges, applying theoretical knowledge to real world problems. Not all that glitters is gold. Like you say, oh, SBM is in Manda Hill. You are actually, when you go, and sometimes I used to get so shocked when people are coming, because our shop was just, by the entrance. When you're going to game, people go and pack the game with all, the nice things, and maybe sometimes even 2 trolleys, they're coming, then they even pack them, you're looking after the goods. Then when they collect the clothes in the shop, they come to the till, now it's negotiation. Whereas in game, people just pay. Here's the card, swipe, and you go. When they come to a Zambian shop, now negotiations start. And sometimes it used to break my heart. Really, are you really for sure? And then even some people, even up to now, they're still owing for clothes they took in 2015, in 2014. They're still owing. They've got even no shame or embarrassment, or just a thought that I took somebody's things. How can I not pay back? So if you're owing someone who actually sells something, who brought something for you, please go ahead and pay them, because you are actually destroying them. You are destroying their business, and you're really making it very hard for them to cope. And when you have issued an invoice, it's a date that you've given to yourself. It's a date. So if you are one of the people that owe somebody, please go and make arrangements to pay them. It doesn't matter how long it takes, but go and make arrangements. Go make a plan to pay them, because this is what has made Zambian businesses go under, is because of people owing them. This is why banks don't trust the SMEs, because you can't pay back, because you are being owed so much money and the bank cannot lend you. It is just an amazing thing. So let's all be able to manage ourselves and manage those ones that really, really are getting somewhere. So go ahead and just make those things. Go and say sorry to someone. Go and apologize and get into a date, restructuring, or that. Make sure that you pay them. It doesn't matter how long it takes, but go and make arrangements to. It's a big mindset change. Yes, mindset change is key, Carol. Yes, you're actually amazing, and you don't know how amazing you are, Carol. And let's just make sure that these things are going, properly, and we can do it together. Individually, it's a tug of war, but collectively, networking for success, we can be able to do it. So these are some of the, the things that I really pride myself to actually having the knowledge and developing innovative solutions to help navigate an ever-changing business environment driven by technology. One of them here, we are using technology. So you have to accept the change that now we are being driven by technology. Climate change. Right now, if you paid attention, the sun is not shining. Even if we had put in a solution for solar, it was fluctuating. This is how come we came late on the show. If you can hear in the background, the generator is going. We've invested in the solar. So things just cannot cannot work according to the way that we've planned them. So we really have to have a confidence to tackle complex challenges, because we are in these challenges, climate change, and indeed political landscape is at national, regional, continental, and global levels. Politics play a big part in the way that we develop, these. It's a complex, it's part of the complex challenges that we face. So I have received numerous congratulations from my networks at home and abroad, from admirers, from my mentees, from my mentors, and even people I don't know personally. They have been congratulating me. And it's just so, this is why I said, let me talk about it today, because I have received, congratulations, from all sorts of people that are just saying, we are inspired. And, even in the classes, like my class, my DBA class, we were 30. And I think maybe 2 out of 30 have graduated. My husband was in cohort 7. I think maybe 4, 3 have graduated. And all these are big classes. From cohort 1, we've got people that are still, struggling. Cohort 2, I was in cohort 6. And I just want to inspire them. I just want you to get inspired. You can do it. All it needs is time management. And if you don't know how to do time management, I am here to help. Get registered, because we are building champions who are going to be able to make these people, everyone be aware of what they're supposed to be doing, make those goals. And I encourage you actually to come in and make your smarter goal. Now they are no longer smart. They are smarter goals. And you can do reviews, you can do, you have to keep yourself energized, you have to keep yourself excited about these goals that you make. So I'm just trying to, to share, so that people who are struggling with time, people who are struggling with the, with the issues of how they want to get there, and people who have been inspired by this grandma of 11 attaining, her doctorate, and also even being on the dean's list with the best thesis is just so inspiring. It has inspired me. It's, be inspired, so that we can all be able to manage the things that we really need to manage, going forward. So now, beyond congratulations, what am I looking for? I'm looking for partners to drive the change. I know that I can count on you on this respect. And if we can be able to manage this thing, what I call, let's create the missing middle for SME growth, inspiring economic development. The missing middle in business, particularly in small and medium-sized enterprises development, refers to the gap in support and resources available to businesses that have outgrown the startup. People have outgrown the startup phase, but are not yet large enough to access traditional financing and market channels. This group is always overlooked, even in national government planning with respect to SME development. They are overlooked. So join me in advocating for SME-friendly policies to attain sustainable development. Join me in developing innovative business models to overcome challenges. Join me in providing access to affordable finance. Finance is there, but how affordable is it? So join me in providing access to affordable finance and markets in order to grow the business to the next level. Join me to workshop the thesis. This really is something that I am, big at. So let's workshop this thesis, the impact of foreign exchange fluctuation on SME growth in Zambia, which has been a case study of more-based enterprises. I really want people, because as I'm talking today, all the Zambian boutiques have left the shopping malls. Why? Of this challenge. Maybe 1 or 2 who are going, who came later, or maybe they invested in foreign exchange, and so they're able to receive a component in foreign exchange, and so they'll be able to pay the rentals. But the majority of us, we've actually, come out, and we just operating from wherever it takes us, or in the, back to basics. And with innovation, for us, we have innovated. You can actually come and you do online shopping, and you can call us. We can send a Yango to pick your dress, and we can adjust your dress. We can make your dress. So that is the innovation that this challenge has brought up, where you don't just fall and sleep, you fall and wake up and do the things that is able to do. So together we can ensure real empowerment of entrepreneurs, including ourselves, self-empowerment, where we see ourselves thriving, through high time for this real financial independence. We have got economic independence, but we are not financially independent. If today an opportunity came and said, let's go to South Africa, that's where the opportunities are, I can bet you not even maybe a four would pick up and say, oh, let's go. Because now people will be looking for sponsorship. People will be looking for sponsorship. Who can take me to South Africa? Or let's go by bus. Or let's go by what? You miss the opportunity and we remain poor, passing on opportunities repeatedly because of who we are. Let's ensure that we foster sustainable growth and raise our country's gross domestic product, or GDP, that marries to the attainment of development of the 8th National Development Plan and the attainment of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Because if we do not do this, we're not going to make it. Transform communities in order to better the lives of societies, those at the bottom of the pyramid, because we are there, the largest group is at the bottom of the pyramid. And if we can shift it, upside down, then we're going to make sure that that is what it is. Transform communities in order that we can thrive, because those are the ones in the missing middle. Who's ready to join forces with me? 1st November is the day to celebrate the milestone as a mindset change initiative. When we believe in celebrating success, no matter how small, it will rub off to even celebrate huge successes happening around us. It's gonna be my birthday, so if you want to celebrate with us, that is what it is. 1st November is always the day that I choose to give back to the community. It's the day that I celebrate the successes together with the team and together with the people that believe in change. So kindly connect with me and those who believe in change. Success is measured by results. Let's see those desired results by putting hands together to great organic growth in SME development. Hashtag dreams Dreams are made for those who dare to attack. So I invite you to actually have that attack. Make one of your 4 imperative action steps to really, really make it happen, for us. Thank you, Carol. Yes, results. Yes. So thank you everyone for joining us today. It's such an amazing journey. And those ones that want to actually join with us, we are here and we're here to make you proud through our connection, our collaboration, networking for success. Thank you so much for joining us today.